We got to start with Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel is a guy that we just cannot get enough of right now.
It's not been his week.
It has not been his week. For those who don't know, he was kicked out of the University of Texas fraternity party in Austin. Beer thrown at him, slurs. It was not a pleasant day for him. But this guy right now, Mark, is in a position where he can't win until he gets on the field. And the latest incident actually stems back from last November, when he, right before he beat the University of Alabama the night before, and that was his coming out party, by the way, in Tuscaloosa, he signed apparently 50 autographs. A couple days later, he signed another 200. Apparently, he profited somewhere in the lines of $10,000 to $20,000, a five-figure amount that is not conducive to what the NCAA states is legal, Mark. And
Is it flatly illegal, though?
No, it's not illegal, but in the NCAA over his legislation, it would potentially, and this is a big deal, potentially mean that he would be suspended, and we don't know how long or when. But once again, Mark, we have to draw the question, is it fair? I say no. The NCAA is once again getting itself involved in issues that I'm not sure it should be.
I'm confused. Why wouldn't this be their domain?
Well, no, I'm saying it is to them, but to me, if a kid wants to make money off autographs, this is my stance. He's not getting any legal. A booster's not giving him money. He's signing autographs off of what he's worked hard to develop, which is his name.
That's interesting. So you're not saying that, you're not defending it and saying that it's legal or within the rules. You're simply saying the rules should be different.
I just think in this case, this is an isolated incident where I disagree with NCAA.
Here's why it could be a problem, though. Here's what somebody would say. You can't take money from boosters, right?
Right.
But what if a booster walked up to Johnny Manziel and said, "Hey, I'll give you $50,000 for an autograph"?
That's his prerogative, though, isn't it?
Then it becomes a backdoor to take money from boosters.
Well, this goes the same in line, although on a much higher level. The next one I'm going to say is with EA Sports, the lawsuit that we've seen now. A lot of people, and I would agree with this, and this is different to me, when you have thousands of college players in an NCAA game that are not profiting. That's a much bigger deal to me, and that's the problem that guys like Manziel probably would say, that the NCAA, EA Sports is profiting off of them being really good at a video game. They don't see a dollar of that. Their names are not used, but their number is, and all of their traits are the fact that he's like a 95 speed, Mark, and that he's Johnny Manziel. You guys not even 21 years old yet.
So essentially we need to change the structure here.
I mean, it's just one after another. It's a domino effect, and I'm so sick of it. You don't have to be a college sports fan to appreciate or not appreciate what's going on.
Absolutely. We have some tweets coming in I do want to show before we move on. Joe Schad has a awesome tweet here. The alleged Johnny Manziel autograph proof picture.
Yeah.
Broker claims he's shot. Broker says this is him signing the autographs. Doesn't prove he's taking money for it, but it is an interesting.
It's also ironic. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Bomani Jones also writes in and says, "Where's the cash?" Which is the point, right? Unless there's cash to that, then it's just a picture of him signing autographs, which people do. Tony Manfred says Johnny Manziel doesn't own his own name. This is the NCAA.
That's what I'm saying, and it is. I mean, that's his name. It's not like he's taking money for not doing anything. I understand signing autograph to many is not a big deal, but that is something he's worked hard to develop. His name. Why can't he get that money?
So you're okay with taking? Would you be okay with him taking money from boosters as a rule? If we could change the rules?
No, not just if he signed an autograph, I would.
So I guess what I'm saying is, then how do you stop someone from using the autograph as a pretext for taking money from people?
I mean, I don't know, because this is behind closed doors. You never know what's going on.
But I think that's why the NCAA takes the position that you can't sell anything. Because if you could sell anything, they could say, well, you could sell lemonade. Then a booster could walk up and say, I'll give you $50,000 for that lemonade.
Well, I disagree with that. But, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But how is Manziel getting money for his autograph different than him working a 9 to 5 and making minimum wage?
Because with a 9 to 5, you have a sense of how much they can make. If you work, if you make $8 an hour for 40 hours a week.
It's some kind of a salary.
Right. Okay. Because if you worked at McDonald's said, hey, we'll give you $50,000 to make that burger for an hour, we'd all say, wait a minute, something suspect is going here. But we could police that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if the NCAA wants to say that he can't get money from that, that's fine. If they suspend him, I would be irate. I mean, the guy is probably the most exciting player in college football. He cannot be suspended over this, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, and I don't know if a suspension is in place. I'm one of those people who says you should let players make money. You should pay players.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. All I'm saying is that it probably has to be all or nothing, because if you start having that fuzzy middle ground, then the middle ground is what gets exploited. You almost have to have a zero tolerance policy if you're going to not have it.
Boosters can't, for instance, they're not allowed to help recruit players. I mean, they can't go on Twitter and say, come to our school. There's very specific guidelines with that. I just think in this incident, to me, there's not a big problem. If he's suspended, that would be a massive problem.